What's up, fellas? So I had a loyal patron supporter that wanted to know how long will the attachment last after the breakup? And this is a good question, guys, primarily because if any of y'all guys been following me a while, one of the things I always talk about is if you gonna have an attachment with a woman, at some point you're gonna have to show her you mean business. That means at some point in that relationship, you're going to have to show her that you can walk away, that you ain't talk. But we want our ass back. Hey, guys, hey. I want the bitch back. I want her back and I want her to respect me. I want her to respect me, but I don't want to lose my ass, AMS. So I'm taking your advice. I'm listening to you. My girl bad, man. All right now, if I walk away because I felt like she disrespected me and I don't get my girl back, AMS, I'm gonna have to find your little bald-headed ass. All right? Now, I don't want to have to do that. So you need to give me some kind of time frame here because I don't want to be coming to Atlanta looking for your little bald-headed ass. Hey, guys, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I don't want none of my supporters come looking for me because I told them they got to walk away. And then they go getting dicked down by Big Dick Rodney. All right? And now you got to come look for me. All right? So, all right. It's a really good question, right? So, guys, attachments are rare. But if you got her respect and y'all are compatible, you can build them. All right, so let me get into my list. And another thing I want to say, guys, because I know I all these little crybaby. Oh, yeah, oh, the light. I can't see. So I'm playing around with the lights. I'm trying to find a good lighting. All right. So I'm just going to keep playing around with it till I find one that looks real good. So I'm going to try this one. I might try it in the corner next week. I might try it over there. I might put one up my ass. I don't fucking know. But I'm going to try to find something that works. Okay. All right. So let's find out how long. First of all, guys, let me say this before I get into my little list. What I tell you guys, when you break up with a girl, assume that it's over. Move on mentally. Just assume she's gone. Okay? Do not sit around and wait on this girl. Just assume if your girl disrespected you or she crossed the boundary and you had to walk away so she'll respect you, I want you guys, before I even get into this fucking list, to just assume, man, hey, she gone. That's a much better place to be mentally. Okay, guys? It's also a much better place to be as far as your sexual market value. Okay? If you lucked up in a monkey's ass and you went to the mall and you got some depressed girl that was going through some bad times and she go to 3 different therapists and you lucked up and caught her in a bad mental space, but you ain't did the work, you really not got a high SMV, it's going to be hard to act like you moved on when you don't feel like you have a lot of options. So yes, you can be an overweight, broke scumbag and pull bad bitches. But it's going to be hard to walk away from that bad bitch if you lose her mentally because you know you lucked up and got her. When you do the fucking work, you don't have to feel like, okay, I was lucky to get her, and so what's the odds of me getting another 9 or a 10? The sun shines on the dog ass every now and again, guys. You could be a fucking homeless bum, and if you talk to enough women, a fat homeless bum, but if you talk to enough women, you would catch a woman down bad enough that'll still fuck with you because she's in a bad spot mentally. But do you want to count on getting that again? It's sort of like the guy who gets a great $150,000, $200,000 a year job without a degree. How confident are you can get that same job if you lost that job? Yeah, you can look up and go out here and get a good job without a skill set or a degree. Yeah, you can look up and somebody give you $150,000, $175,000 job. You want to spend the rest of your life counting on getting lucky like that again? Wouldn't you feel better if you had that skill set or that degree or something on paper to say, hey, I deserve to make that type of money instead of, hey, I got lucky and I got this job? What if that job fold? Okay, guys? So that's the point. When you do the work, it's not about luck. You make your own luck. When you do the work, you create your own luck. All right, so I wanted to put that out there first before I started, guys. Number one, her options. It's all gonna boil down to her fucking options. If you are a guy and you are, let's just say, I know all my guys who watching me are high value are gonna be high value. I'm convinced of that. I don't got too many omega males who are watching me. I think most guys who watch me want success. I'm quite sure some omega males over here, and that's guys who don't care about, financial success and stuff like that. But primarily, most of us guys want financial success. If nothing, just a better quality of life, right? And so, if you're that guy, it's not about her options of meeting other guys. Every other woman got orbiters and guys who want to fuck her. She gotta be the guy that's on your level or better. Yeah, I ain't going from a guy making $150 to the goddamn garbage man making $33,000 a year. That ain't gonna work for me. Now he can be a little temp. You could be the substitute teacher, but you ain't gonna get the full-time job. Oh no. I saw this a couple of times, guys, when I was in the basement when I would fuck with girls. And I could just tell that at sometimes when I was in that basement, I could tell some women didn't even remotely consider me for like a relationship. Not even a relationship, like a continuous fuck buddy. I could just tell that they like, okay, I found him attractive, but this dude don't got his shit together. And you could just tell I was a placeholder due to my financial status. And guys, listen, I want y'all guys to understand. I think some guys, when I say the basement, I think y'all guys think of good quality basements. Guys, listen, it's some basements in New York City that look like homes. Mine was a shithole. It looked like 5 people got killed in my apartment before I moved down there. That's how it looked. The carpet was clean, but it was stained. If that makes sense, right? It's clean, but it got stains on it that wouldn't come out. Look like a homicide had been created down there before I got down there. What else the hell you want me to say? Look like fucking people, somebody was down there killing chickens down there on the carpet. So I knew that when I was dealing with someone that they couldn't take me like that. And so if they had a guy that they had stopped fucking with or whatever, I wasn't going to be the guy that was going to prevent them from going back. No woman in her right mind would have picked me in that basement and all the charisma in the world. All the charisma in the world wasn't going to prevent a woman who had a man who had his shit together and stay with my ass in that basement or fuck with me. It wasn't going to happen. It was not going to happen. So it's going to boil down to her quality options. The whole picture. Everything. I was primarily talking about finances, but it's other shit too. Y'all guys know what I'm saying. Your style, the way you look, her sexual attraction to you. All that going to play into it. Her options. If she gets a better option, now, the better you make yourself, the harder it is to replace. If you make 35 grand a year, you're easily to replace. If you have no fashion or no image, you're easy to replace. Okay, guys? When you break up with a woman and stuff like this, understand that she wants to replace you. So let me explain to you like this, guys. If you're in a relationship with a woman and you're attached, the woman don't even hear no outside noise, if that makes sense, right? She's not going to give her number out to nobody. She's not going to entertain anybody. When y'all break up, now she take the earmuffs off, and now she can take applications again. And at least go on dates and hear better offers. So I put it to you guys like this. Let's hypothetically say you had a good job that you like, that's paying you a comfortable salary, that's for you. For some guys that might be 80K, for some guys that might be 800K, whatever it is for you. You're not even gonna go put no applications in at no other jobs, because you got a good job. So you ain't gonna even entertain that. But if you lose that job, or that job, you see that job starting to fail, well, now you're gonna start entertaining other job offers, putting applications, putting your resume in at other places. As with before, when you was happy, you didn't even look at the wanted ads or ask your friends, do they know who hiring, or none of that, because you was content with your job. And that's how it is when a woman's attached with you in a relationship. She don't even hear that out noise, that chirping. She don't even entertain that foolishness. But when you break up with her, now she's going to entertain it. And it really gonna boil down, will she meet a better option than you? Number 2, guys, her investment. Now, I teach you guys about women's emotional investment and stuff like that. But another thing, guys, her effort investment. How much did she cook for you? How often did she commute to you? How many errands she ran for you? See, that's an effort investment. So not only an emotional investment, this is why I tell you guys, don't let your woman pay for dinner or anything. Let her cook for you. That's going to mean more to her, the effort that it takes to cook, opposed to paying for a dinner. The amount of, and I'm not talking about hamburger helper. I'm talking about cabbages, greens, roast beef, steak, shit that's going to take an hour, hour and a half. That's building an emotional, an effort investment. If she did none of that, you never made her cook for you. Listen, guys, I don't care if you're a health nut and you weigh and cook everything you got themselves. You need to periodically let your girl cook for you as nothing more than an investment at the worst. I know some of us get into these schedules and we don't, like, hey, I don't care if she cooks for me. It's not about that. I want the investment. If you don't make your girl invest in you, when y'all break up, it's easy for her to move on because she's not invested. If I have a car and I done replaced the engine and I done redid the transmission and I done goddamn bought tires and I done had to replace, I got it painted and did the interior, I'm not going to let that car go too easy. Even if somebody gives me equitable amount of money for that, I still want to keep that car because of the effort investment that I don't put into that car. Opposed to if I would have went to the car lot and paid for a car cash and it was the same amount of money that I put into this other car, I still don't have the effort investment as I do this other car because that was more effort investment. This one was just a financial investment and I just kept it as is, factory. Over here, I done painted it, put rims on it, changed them, rebuilt the motor, souped up the transmission. I got effort into that. So I'm gonna have a more of attachment over here because I don't put effort into this. That's why you have to make your women invest in you. Even if it doesn't matter. You just want that investment. Her social life. That's number 3. If your girl has a large social circle, it's going to be much easier for her to move on than a girl that does not. If your girlfriend is a loner or she got a couple of friends, but she don't get to see them that much because maybe they got kids, maybe they got a boyfriend, she's going to get lonely and probably start missing you more so than a girl that got fucking 40 girlfriends and every time you turn around, her ass is on social media, Instagram at brunch. She is going to miss you a lot less than the girl with the big social circle. I don't know what else to tell you guys. I mean, with the smaller social circle. She got a lot more to keep her distracted from you. Now, there's levels to the attachment, right? Like, so I think for men, an attachment lasts longer than a woman because I just think men are just naturally more loyal. Like, just more loyal. I get men the dogs and the cheating and all that. That's not what I'm talking about. No, men are just as disloyal as women in that aspect, right? I give you that. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about men have a tendency to, and maybe this just goes to women having more options and able to move on because of the options they have, more so than men, right? But it seems like men hold on to breakups longer than women on average. Not that men are no more loyal, because if any one of you motherfuckers got one of these fine ass Instagram models to get in your DMs, your ass cheating. I don't care what nobody say. Your ass cheating. So that's my opinion on that, guys. But that's gonna be her social life. Her social life is gonna weigh heavy into that. If you know your girl don't go out that much, she don't got a lot, it's a very good possibility she gonna hit you up within a month. Next, guys, your potential. Primarily your earning potential. Let's hypothetically say you already making good money. Let's hypothetically say, hey, I'm a lawyer, I'm making 200 grand. But your earning potential, she sees your earning potential being 2 million one day. That's going to factor in, guys. If she sees that you got a potential for even more earning potential, she ain't going to want to miss out on that. Opposed to if you capped out, there really ain't no more room for you to improve. Like you pretty much there. Maybe you get cost of living raises and shit like that. But it really ain't much more room you can do. That'll factor in. And I say it like this. Let's hypothetically say you're a guy and you make 100 grand a year. But you got unlimited earning potential in your field. And she meets another guy that makes 150 grand a year, 200 grand a year, and he's capped out, right? It's really no much more earning potential there. Well, then that's going to factor in. And we men, we do that shit too. I don't think a lot of you guys notice that. So sometimes, okay, so like say we got a girl, right? And say she's a 7. But you can kind of look at her and tell that, hey, if she just got in the gym, she could easily be a 9. Opposed to a girl that you gives a 7 and you like, no, she's tapped out. Like this is as good as it's gonna get, right? She's just an average looking chick. Sometimes you'll have a girl that you could tell that if she just lost 15 pounds, that she'll easily move up 2 more points. Opposed to a woman she already fit, and you like, no, that bitch, that's just what she is. She's average at best. So we men kind of do that too, where we kind of judge it like, if I just took that hamburger from her, or took that slice of pizza from her every now and then, I think this bitch can get to an 8.5 or a 9. Women do the same thing, guys. So your earning potential is going to factor heavily into that decision of how long you can wait before she comes back. And so the premise of this guy's question is, y'all guys got to understand the premise I'm taking this question. The premise is he asked me that question is, I want my girl back, right? And I can't give him no definitive time. What I'm making this video off of, these are the things that are going to affect that decision. I don't have a fucking crystal ball, but what I can tell you, the better option you are, this is where I'm taking this video from. Next, guys, the good time versus the bad times. Guys, sometimes when you go through a breakup, one thing you'll notice is after the breakup, you'll notice, damn, I'm a lot less stressed than what I was with that motherfucker. I told y'all guys about the time I had this girl who was trying to gaslight me, and every time we was out, she would claim I was looking at other girls. Obviously, when we stopped talking and she went to calling me back, that's all I could think of. So if you are a guy in a relationship with a girl and you show very high insecurities where you was always accusing her of something, that's very stressful, guys. And you got to understand that if you did that, showed those type of insecurities and made those accusations and always constantly accuse your girl of cheating on you and stuff like that, that when y'all separate, she's going to notice that her quality of life and her stress level is, her quality of life is way better and her stress level is way down. If y'all good times were 95% of the times and y'all only had little small insignificant fights here and there, then it's highly likely that she's coming back. But if the bad times just seem to outweigh the good times, even if she got that much investment into you emotionally and effort-wise, I'm telling you right now, it's highly unlikely that she comes back because she's just going to notice her stress level. I've had that with 2 girls in my past, right? Where I told y'all guys, I talked about this in my early 20s, where I would date these very attractive women and I wasn't where I wanted to be financially at that time. And whenever they weren't around me, I would accuse them, text their phone, or call their phone. And where you at? This, that, and this is my early 20s. Because they were very highly attractive. They were dimes. They were dimes and they were college girls with careers. And here I am working at the mattress company, dating. To put it in an example, guys, I had one of the girls, because she would bring me lunch. She bought me lunch out there like 3 times. And all the guys out there were like, how the hell you get a girl that fine? That's what they said. How the hell you get a girl that fine? And their thinking is, dude, you work at a mattress company. This girl hot as hell, had a nice car. I'm quite sure mama probably paid her car note because she was in college working and stuff. I'm quite sure mama paid a car note. So she had a nice car and very attractive, tall, sexy woman, right? And so I had a lot of insecurities toward her, right? When you are not where you want to be financially as a man and you go and get you a 9 or a 10, it's going to be hard to not show those insecurities because in your head, you know that woman probably can do a lot better than you financially. So if you start catching feelings, you're going to start showing those insecurities. Those insecurities breed stress, guys. So if you stress your woman out in a relationship with those insecurities, when she finally gets to take a step back from you, she's going to notice that I sleep better, my blood pressure is down, my life just seems better than it did with Josh. That's what she's going to say to herself. So I just want to let you guys know that if you projected those insecurities, I'm telling you, if y'all break up, she might notice a drastic difference in her blood pressure and her stress level. Next, guys, sexual compatibility. What I tell you guys, I just was talking about this. From now on, guys, I'm not even going to say anything about being good in bed, who's not good in bed. I think it really boils down to sexual compatibility. That's why I think it. Sometimes your dick just curves the right way for the right woman. That's just what it is. Sometimes whatever your stick is, whatever it is that you do when you're having sex with a woman, sometimes you just meet the right woman and it just works. It's not that you a fucking porn star. It's not that you so fucking just blessed in bedroom. Just different strokes for different folks. And for this woman here, you got the perfect stroke. So if after the breakup, and I'm going to more of an extended breakup, say 4 months, 5 months, 6 months, yes, attachments can last much longer than that. And 1 or 2 guys after you, and I know I know I'm gonna have some guys on, well, I don't even want her back. You fucking right. Y'all been broke up for 6 months, right? How many girls have you banged in that time? 3, 4, 5 women? You don't think she banged somebody? So anyway, getting back to I don't even want to get into the alpha beta shit right there. I don't even want to get into that bullshit. But what she might notice is those guys are not able to make her come. Those guys might be more well endowed than you. And for the average woman, maybe they're even better in bed than you. But for this particular woman, for whatever reason it is, she's just more compatible sexually to you than she is with them. For whatever reason. And that's going to matter. Because if whatever you did in the bedroom and you were able to make her come, let's say 50% of the time or higher, and since y'all break up, she done been with 2 or 3 guys and they're not able to make her come, she can possibly start to miss you and reach out to you. All right, guys? Next, guys, and this was an important one, whether she's going to come back, how long she's going to come back after the attachment. She's fed up. She's gave you enough time to progress the relationship and you haven't progressed it. So whether this is a non-monogamous relationship and you didn't want to make her your girlfriend, or whether you're in a monogamous relationship and you didn't want to marry her. In any effect, when a woman is fed up, she's fed up. So sometimes, guys, a woman's biological clock would outweigh her attachment. What do I mean by that? Every woman knows that there ain't getting no better looking. We men, we have all day and tomorrow, and we know we only improving our sexual market value, right? My sexual market value will probably be higher when I'm 55 than it is now. And I say probably because, you can, even though you might have more money, what if I'm paralyzed at 55, right? What if I got failing health at 50? So what if at 55 I'm worth $55 million, but I'm confined to a bed, right? So that's why I said probably. More than likely, I would have a higher SMV at 55 than I do now, right? Women don't have that luxury. A woman knows at 37, she's not going to be more attractive than what she is at 27, by and large. I do understand that some women don't properly take care of themselves when they're younger, and they actually look better when they're older than they did when they were younger, because when they were younger, maybe they didn't work out, whatever the case may be, right? And maybe they got into fitness later. You see that with some women to where they look better at 35 than they did when they was 25 because they didn't work out at 25. But by and large, that's an anomaly. The average woman is going to look better younger than she is older. And so sometimes Sometimes a woman just knows, even though she still loves you, she's attached to you, she's invested in you, she realized I'm not getting any younger. And so if she gave you 1 year, 2 year, 3 year, 5 years, whatever that woman's time frame is, it'll get to a point to where, and so here's the thing, and this is what I'm saying. She probably didn't leave you for that. Maybe y'all had an issue. Maybe you walked away because she did something disrespectful. But now during the breakup, she realizes that, you know what, it's probably best I moved on anyway, because we've been together 3 years and we're not even in a monogamous relationship. Or we've been in a monogamous relationship for 3 or 4 years and he hasn't even proposed yet. So if a woman is attached to you, she typically won't walk away for that. Something else usually causes the breakup. And during that breakup, she starts to realize that, you know what? It's been 3 years, it's been 4 years, it's been 5 years, and nothing. So if you're in a situation like that, guys, and so I have to put it to you guys in a language that you understand. Let's hypothetically say you've been patient as hell with this girl, and she's hot, and she's super feminine. But let's just hypothetically say she's a dime, and you went way past my 3-4 date rule, right? And let's just hypothetically say you just said, man, you tried to be extra generous because you found her super attractive, but now we're going on 2 months, right? You like the girl. She's very affectionate towards you. She pursues you, but she won't give you no ass. At some point, guys, you're going to say, I got to move on. I like the girl. I like spending time with her. She's affectionate. She texts me all the time. She makes herself available, but we ain't doing no fucking. At some point, you have to say to yourself, although I really, really, really like this girl and I really would like it to be more, man, it's been 2 months, 3 months. I've been extra generous with this girl. I went way past the time frame that AMS set, or past the time frame that I've given any other girl in my life, but I just have to move on. I don't want to do it, but it's been too long. I got to move on. And that's the same issue you have sometimes with women when you won't commit. So hypergamy conquers all, attachments beat hypergamy, but the biological clock will beat the attachment. The biological clock will always win. I'm going to tell you, to put in an example, guys, I haven't been in a relationship, since I was 27, 28 years old, 15 years. I know how to maintain an attachment. So why aren't those girls here? Because at some point, they gotta do the right thing for them. At some point, they gotta move on. If y'all guys gonna go down the red pill path, you have to be okay with that. Just like a woman that's gonna be celibate until she gets in a relationship or get married, when guys walk away, she has to be okay with it. If a woman gonna take that celibate train, hey, it's your body, you can do that. But when a guy that you meet and you like, and when he walks away, you gotta be okay with it. Next, guys, her friends and family liked or disliked you. If a woman, friends, or family is chirping in her ear to give you another try or to get a relationship another try, that's going to weigh heavily into her reaching back out to you. If her friends and family during the breakup are like, yeah, he was a piece of shit and you could do better, girl, and yeah, I'm glad y'all not talking, well, that's going to only give her fuel that she needs to move on. Now, I'm not saying this for you sons of bitches to go to the nearest store, the nearest pharmacy, the nearest drugstore and get a bouquet of flowers and send to her mama, because I know that's what some of you sons of bitches about to do. Start kissing the parents' ass and the friends' ass because I said that. I'm not telling y'all that so you can start kissing her friends and family ass. I'm just telling you that when they like you, when y'all have a separation or something, they're going to be saying things that influence her, y'all reconnecting, opposed to pushing it apart. And usually, guys, this is going to be off of how they like you. Is not going to be off of what you say to them and stuff like this per se. It's going to be how you treat her and what do you have going on for yourself, right? So let's hypothetically say they see you're a guy and you're building something, you're an ambitious guy, and they see that you're a great provider for her and stuff like that. And she doesn't say anything about you staying out all night or you fussing at her all the time and stuff. Well, they're going to like you. Opposed to you're a guy and you're half employed half the year and half the other time she's got to track you down and you're being seen on Instagram with other girls, then they're not going to like you. So if you're thinking you're going to go out and get a bouquet of flowers and think that you're going to bribe the friends and family into liking you, it don't work that way. How they like you is really going to be how they see you treat their family member or their friend. That's how that works. Next, guys, she's mentally strong. You do have stubborn ass women. You know what? I should rephrase that. I should rephrase that. I'm gonna stick with calling it mentally strong, but let's just call it what it is. Some women know that if they call you first, they give you the power, and they don't want to have to suck a whole lot of dick. Some women know how the game go. That if I reach out and I pursue him first, I give him all the power in the relationship, and I don't want to give him that much power because, hell, what he gonna make me do? Deep down, we all kind of know that, right? That when you reach back out to somebody, you give them the power. No, she don't want to give up that power. I'm not saying she wants the power, but what I'm saying is she don't want to give you the power. Because typically speaking, guys, when you give the average person the power, they abuse it. Right? They abuse it. Now, making her suck a whole lot of dick is not abusing it. What some guys would do is they'll be very disrespectful. They'll, try to embarrass you. So some guys are level-headed. They'll punish you and they'll move on. And on the other hand, you have some people who want to abuse that power. So understand that some women would not call you back because she don't want to give you that power. So we can say she's mentally strong, but in actuality, she just knows she don't want to give you that power. For a man or a woman, if you give the other person that power and they abuse it, I am telling you right now, it's not a good place to be in. Okay, guys? And lastly, guys, she knows how to get over a relationship, primarily by staying busy, going on frivolous dates, working more overtime. So if she's a woman that's going to sit on the couch and look at old photos of y'all together and listen to Keith Sweat songs or heartbreak songs, then it's likely she's going to hit you up. But if she's a woman that does the opposite of that, take all y'all pictures off of Instagram, keeps herself busy, works more, go to the gym more, dates more. Some women just know the game. Primarily, the biggest thing you want to do with a breakup, I can just tell you guys, is to stay busy and be patient. Eventually, whether that's 1 month or 1 year, eventually you'll get over that person. Some women know that. Okay, guys? So, just to sum all this up, There's really no time frame, brother, as into how long they're attached. A woman, if a woman was attached to you, y'all could literally get back 2-3 years later. She literally can go and date for 2 or 3 years and not be able to replace you and hit you up in 2 or 3 years. Literally. And I'm not joking when I say that. All right. So it's really not no time frame. These are just the things that are going to influence that time frame. All right, guys. All right. I'll get back with you guys later.